I always, since day one, because I come from the stand-up world, I've always been prepared to go.
That's
okay.
That's more than half of the whole thing.
Even when I was a fucking junkie, I was prepared to go. You know, I got there. I already knew my lines from the night before. I knew where the scene was going. If I wanted to improvise, I could improvise. Something I learned after like 2007 was the more famous the person was, the less prepared he was. And it really pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was in shock that I raised my hand. I could never say nothing to a famous actor. But I realized that some of these guys, they just go from movie to movie.
Yeah.
They just go from movie to movie. It's not like it was 20 years ago, 30, when Eddie Murphy did 48 Hours in 82, Trading Places in 83,
right,
and something else in 84. Now they got you going from one project to the other. I don't want to drop names here or whatever. I could tell you 5 guys that I've been with that they didn't look at the script to the first day of the shoot. They accepted this movie without even looking at the script. They had like an assistant read it or something.
No, it's
tell
great.
them it's a pretty good script. I like the scenes with you and The Rock are great or whatever, and they don't even read. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh no, I
just did this movie and they were telling me a story about Alec Baldwin and that kid LeBouf, what's his name?
Shia
LeBouf.
Yeah.
They were doing a play. Yeah. Did you hear about this?
No.
They were doing a play in New York in some theater. And the first day, fucking Alec Baldwin shows up and they're rehearsing. He's got a script. And Shia LaBeouf goes, cut. What's going on with the script? Because you got to be off book, man. When you come here the first day,
I hadn't heard this.
You got to be off book. Alec Baldwin was like, who the fuck is this guy to talk to me like that? No, I'm going to talk to you this way, bro. You're a fucking lead. You got to be off book.
When was this?
This was like a year ago, 2 years ago. And then it just continued. Like, he came in the next day. This motherfucker was off book again. He said something to him again. Then Alec Baldwin teaches at an NYU masterclass on Mondays. Guess what Shia LaBeouf did?
Showed up to the class?
Showed up in the classroom and raised his hand and said, what do you call an actor that comes unprepared to the set?
I did not know this.
And then a couple days later, he showed up at his house. And when Alec Baldwin pulled up in front of his building, Shia LaBeouf was there with a script and said, make sure you know it tomorrow. So, do you understand me? That's the mentality I came from.
And it's Alec. He's
Alec had to go
with his life.
Alec had to go to. What are you going to say to Shia LaBeouf? He'll stab you 18 times. He's a guy that slashes himself for a movie role.
Wears a bag on his head.
What do you think he's going to do to you? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I'm not mad at Shia LaBeouf for that because that's a norm.
Yeah.
I've seen 1,000 of those guys walk on a set and go, what am I like? And the first day, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? There was a motherfucker that I got when the thing was, I would love to throw him under the bus, but I can't. This guy's a well-known star. I met him at Wardrobe. I was a gentleman to him. He was a gentleman to me. He was very nice the first day. The third or fourth day I went to shoot with him. When I got to my trailer, they changed the lines. I went up to him in Wardrobe. I didn't go up to him. He was next to me in the chair. He said, good morning. I said, good morning. I don't say dick to nobody. And after about 10 minutes, he goes, did you see they did a scene change? I go, yeah. If you want, after this makeup, we could go outside and run the lines. Dog, he looked at me like I called him a racial slur. He looked at me and then turned his head and kept getting worked on. I said, okay, maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe he's Stanislavski. That whole morning, he fucked up his lines.
Oh.
Food was coming out of his mouth. He was eating off camera and then trying to do the scene, and food was spitting out of his mouth. And then we started torturing to his face. Like, people started making little remarks. I had to make a remark because you looked at me like I was fucking Muhammad Gandhi, you fuck.
So,
It
Wait,
was
so then you went after. So everyone's going after him while he's
not everybody's
acting.
going after him. Everybody's making little remarks.
But is he hearing any of this stuff?
I guess so. You have to have the fucking 8 hours on the same scene.
Yeah.
I remember when.
What do you mean he's eating while he, like in the scene he has to eat?
No.
He's just like, hold on a sec, I gotta.
No. He would do the scene, but in between the scene, there was food on the table for us to make believe we were eating.
Oh,
and he
okay.
would take little pieces and eat it like that. And they would have to cut. He'd put the piece of cheese back. And then cheese would come out of his mouth in between the takes.
I can't wait to hear what this is after this is
It
over.
was just fucking hilarious. It was just, so I've been used to it.
Yeah.
The last couple movies I've done with big names, oh my God. As soon as they get there, they don't even look, they just open up the script then and they're like,
But then you've obviously dealt with some people that when they showed up, it was on.
oh yeah. Somebody, those are the greatest people to work with. Like
And
when they come looking for you. Like when
Yeah.
I'm a fucking shithead comic, you knock on my door and go, you want to rehearse the scenes, my dick gets hard.
Yeah.
When I did Spider-Man 2, that motherfucker knocked on my door like 3 or 4 times just to go over one line.
It's pretty good.
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina.
To this day, he's got all my respect. That guy was, there's just some motherfuckers that teach you how to act. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's when you can feel
Oh,
the,
shit.
yeah. That's when the air changes in the room. That's when the weather.
Yeah, that's when you go, oh, this motherfucker's throwing down.
We got a new, yeah.
Well, Joel, you've been on like sets for months and months at a time. What is it, as someone who hasn't acted, what is it like when someone comes in and doesn't remember their lines, or does it like, because I hear stories from Joey of 14, 16-hour days. If you're doing that for 3 months at a time and someone's just dragging it on, it must get annoying.
I was on Community for 9 months out of the year for 6. Well,
9 months, wow.
what was it? I guess it was more 8.5. I mean, just when you added it all up, it was so much time. But and that our scenes, we were shooting movies for every episode, so it was. It wasn't like a lot of these documentary, like Parks and Rec or The Office, which is a wonderful style, but ours was movie. Like it was, they shot it.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of lines, and there were, I'm sure you've heard some stories about a cast member who doesn't know their lines, and it just just changes the whole day. And they had to shoot him out, and he didn't really want. I mean, I'm talking about Chevy, who was so funny when it worked, and then but at a lot of the times he didn't. He had a really hard time learning them, but because there was a lot of lines, no doubt. But so they would kind of shoot him out, and that would kind of change the day, and it just was a system we kind of got used to. And yeah, I'm sure he'll hear this and love it, but because he always thought he kind of knew him, but he didn't really. And so it would be definitely tough. I mean, you can see how politically I'm being, but it was tough. If you watch some of the scenes, it's him, just a single shot of him, but he could be so funny. And that's what sucked, is that he could be very funny. And
Now, Community's coming back.
it just got sold to Netflix.
Netflix, I saw that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, they're selling it apparently everywhere.
Okay.
It's on Hulu, and now it's on Netflix.
But you're not going to start reshooting anymore.
People have circulated rumors around we're shooting more
Really?
episodes, but I was like, I'll wait for that call. I haven't gotten the call yet. But yeah, it would be crazy. If we could get Donald to do it, that would be even crazier. I think he's the busiest man in Hollywood, or was the busiest man in Hollywood until everything stopped. But yeah, I think he was supposed to be shooting Atlanta for the next 4 months. But yeah, I mean, I'd do it. You should come on.
I'd love to.
It'd be great.
Good show, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where you hear rumors and like, oh, they're going to do a movie. I was like, I look forward to the call where they tell me I'm doing this movie. But so far, I haven't gotten that call.